Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough. So it's a new year, a new background, kind of. I just got rid of the collage thing that used to be there. And, well, same old format for videos. So, a lot of people really liked when I did my channel trilogy of reviews last year. The ones on Toon Disney, Cartoon Fridays, and Nicktoons. So I'm going to be doing another channel review, this time of Discovery Family. The year is 1996. Discovery Kids served as one of many spin-offs to the Discovery Channel. Other spin-offs included Discovery Travel and Living, Discovery Civilization, and the Science Channel. So they created Discovery Kids as a way to broadcast programming that was educational for kids around 6 to 11 years old. In 2001, the channel was then merged with NBC, and a year later they began running a block called Discovery Kids on NBC, which would air animated shows like Kenny the Shark and Tuttenstein, as well as reality TV shows like Endurance. If there's one thing kids absolutely love, it's reality television. Then again, that explains why most kids nowadays watch overrated YouTube vloggers. In 2006, NBC would then replace Discovery Kids with Qubo, another children's entertainment service. For about 3 years, Discovery Kids floated around in purgatory until it was eventually merged with Hasbro. Once these companies came together, Discovery Kids then changed its name to the Hub Network, or the Hub for short. Before this, Hasbro was very popular with its products like its toys and its board games, but when it came to the animation adaptations of these products, they were usually handled by other companies. In the 80s and 90s, Hasbro's animations were handled by various different companies like Sunbow, ACOM, Toei, and even Marvel. So even though Hasbro got a lot of the money, they still had to rely way too heavily on these other sources. Even in the 2000s, shows like Transformers Animated had to be aired on Cartoon Network, and the MLPG3 episodes were straight to video, released by Hasbro exclusively, until they were eventually aired on television by other companies who got proper access. Because if there's one thing about Hasbro that I know, they don't like when you mess with their copyright. They really don't like that. When the Hub was started, they needed to capture their own target demographic, which, in mind, they had 14-year-old kids. With Media DHX doing the animation for all of these shows, the Hub now had a bunch of different programs that they could air. Shows like Pound Puppies, Littlest Pet Shop, Transformers Prime, Dan Versus, and the Talking Horse cartoon with a large adult fan base that we've talked about a lot on this YouTube channel. Flash animated TV shows advertising Hasbro products isn't the only thing the Hub was known for. For a while they had shows for really little kids like Cosmic Quantum Ray and the Wat Wats.
So that's the Wat Wats. And that's all we have time for right now.
Yeah, just don't ask. Then there was Family Game Night, which was based on the Hasbro video game called Family Game Night. And it was basically a group of people competing in really huge, elaborate game show versions of Hasbro licensed board games. And while it was decent, yeah, Nick Arcade, this show was not.
A fox, a cat, a dog, a monster, a grizzly bear, a Bigfoot,
Pass, that was dinosaur.
Not to sound like a stickler or anything, but if I wanted to watch a show about people playing board games, I'd just pop in my DVD of Board James, thank you very much. And can you imagine that this show is actually on TLC as well? They also aired reruns of other shows they had the rights to, stuff like Goosebumps, Fraggle Rock, and even Warner Bros. Cartoons from the 90s like Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, and Batman the Animated Series. Will explains why there was a bunch of nods to Batman in... No, not gonna reference it. Not gonna reference it. Anyway, by 2014, the Hub was going down a completely different direction. Sort of. First of all, the CEO was stepping down, so already this could have gone down the same route that Cartoon Network did in 2007. Thankfully though, the only real change was the name. The ad campaign became slightly different, but it wasn't anything too major.
Autobots, roll out.
Bold new entertainment destination.
I don't see that every day. That is amazing.
That brings the entire family together. Discovery Family. Let's go!
Now, the Hub was officially renamed into Discovery Family. And the internet had a very minor freakout. A lot of people thought that the channel was officially dying off and that we weren't going to get any of these shows anymore. It was like cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria! But in the end, it was just a giant overreaction. Which is kind of what the internet's best for in a lot of cases. Aside from children's animation, does Discovery Family have anything targeted towards adults? I mean, Adult Swim has really good original programming like Rick and Morty, and Nick at Night usually relies on reruns of old sitcoms like Full House. So what kind of method does Discovery Family use to capture an older demographic? Well, they don't go explicit like Adult Swim, but they do show a lot of shows that would usually bring adults and kids together with family movie nights. Well, not too long ago, they had a family movie night where they showed Back to the Future. Oh, so that's why they referenced Back to the Future in that one episode of... No, not gonna reference it. I can't reference it, because if I reference it, he's gonna show up. And if it isn't that, most of the adult-centered content are reality TV shows like Cake Boss, Little Couples, and What Not to Wear, just to name a few. And in case you don't know, yes, these were shows that were run on TLC. So yeah, it seems that Hasbro and TLC are in cahoots. Why am I not surprised? So my overall thoughts on Discovery Family are... they're meh. There's a lot of good stuff being played on the channel, especially for the target demographic. You could do a lot worse. I do like that they show older movies, and really good ones at that. I also really like that they're rerunning stuff like Tiny Toons and Batman. It's a really good way to gateway kids into older shows that they would really like. I think my only real major criticism is the lack of content. I mean, if you check their schedules, they usually rely on reruns of shows that ended, occasional new shows like the upcoming Transformers series, and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Think about it. It's kind of like Hasbro banks on the fact that the show has a huge cult following, but then screws over fan content creators like Button's Adventures and Fighting Is Magic.
I knew you couldn't resist talking about My Little Pony in this review.
I just couldn't resist. I mean, after all, this is the channel that made that show popular.
Oh, Wiz, don't feel too bad. MLP is probably the best thing Discovery Family has going for it right now.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that, I guess.
Next Media Wiz video, Media Wiz Pony Fanboy crossover review.
I love the mountains. I love the clear blue skies. I love big bridges. I love when gray words fly. I love the whole world and all its sights and sounds. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love the oceans.
I love real dirty things.
I love to go fast.
I love Egyptian kings.
I love the whole world and all its craziness.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. I love tornadoes.